Hey, my lovelies, and welcome back to another exciting reaction. And if this is your very first time, you're stopping by, you're seeing me for the very first time, guys, please don't hesitate to smash that subscribe button and remember to turn on the notification bell so that each and every time any new video is coming up, you are the very first person to get notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for the great work and for your great support. And so, guys, in today's video, let's try and find out in this video whereby these women are sharing or airing their views on what they've learned in their marriage. After getting married in their marriage for several years, these women are coming out candidly and openly sharing out what they've learned in while still in their marriage. Let's go straight into this video.
11 years of marriage. These are the 11 things that I have learned in my 11 years of marriage. This might not align with a lot of people, so if it's not for you, you can just scroll. If you want to watch, you can pick the few things that you think might align with your marriage, and good luck to us. Number one, anything that a peaceful conversation or peaceful dialogue cannot solve, fighting or shouting or quarreling will not solve it. And I know people often tell you, if he doesn't do this thing, shout at him, drag him. When you drag him, he'll do the right thing. Let me tell you, dragging it just makes matters worse. It makes both of you hostile towards each other. So the key is peaceful dialogue. Secondly, you see this talk about his money is our money, my money is my money. I get it. Especially me, I'm a Muslim. Islam talks about that, how you have to take care of your wife and all that. But what I am saying is, it would be nice for you as a spouse, as a woman, that before your husband is around and something happens, there's an emergency or something, you've already taken care of it. But sometimes some of us have this bad habit of saying everything has to be his money. Even if I'm working, it's my money. I have to do it for myself. But anything that has to do with the kids, I'm not going to do it. I'll wait for him to bring the money. Marriage is a partnership. We help each other. The aim is to grow together. And that whole issue of my 1 naira must not enter his hand is not fair as far as I'm concerned. And it has worked for me, so it's something that I feel should be looked into. 3, saying sorry the right way. You see, there's no word that people feel so big to say like this sorry of a thing. Now, that aside, saying it the right way is another thing. There'll be an issue and they'll be like, you cannot apologize. Sorry, no verse, yeah. That will just trigger your partner. It will just trigger the person. I'm really sorry, I didn't mean it that way. No matter how that person they vex, like it will just break down the walls, and then before you know it, a peaceful conversation will start. But that's sorry, no verse, you're just adding to it. You're not saying sorry, you're just saying sorry for the saying of it, and as far as I'm concerned, that's not it. Number 4, if you're married to a military personnel or a uniform personnel, any form of uniform job, those people are so indulged in their jobs that they forget to buy clothes for themselves. They forget to buy shoes. Like, they legit forget it. It's time for them to go for like a function and be like, I no get blazer, I no get shoe, I no get this. So if you're thinking about what to do to make them like a gift, what you should do is once in a while, maybe twice in a year, just buy so fine kaftans, shoes, vests, boxers, those stuff. Like, it's a really good, lovely gesture. So look into it. Again, don't involve yourself in a fight that has happened between your spouse and his siblings. Let me tell you, the matter no concern you. Allow them to carry on. It no concern you. It has nothing to do with you. All you need to do as a wife, a spouse, is just calm down. You can give examples of how you had issue with your sister and but it has been sorted out. But the last thing you want to do is, even that day people were fighting, I saw him and you. Who asked you? Waiting concern you. Come on your mouth for there. Number 6, be careful who you vent to. Husband and wife will always have a problem. I mean, you have issues with your parents. Sometimes you have issues with your siblings. You have issues with your children. So, and at the heat of the moment, sometimes like you say a lot of things that you said out of anger, but you don't mean it. But the biggest mistake you're going to do is to vent to the wrong people. After your eye don't clear, the issue has been sorted out, then that person will now stickily go and tell your partner that this is what she said, forgetting that you were angry and you didn't actually mean it. So be careful of the kind of things that you're going to vent, the people you're going to vent to. That thing is a killer. Number 7, don't disvalue your spouse on social media. There's this bad habit. Of recent, I saw one challenge that they were doing, and people were legit saying very distasteful things about their spouses. You guys forget that this is social media, and somebody out there will use it to disrespect your spouse. And you know the funny thing is, when they are disrespecting your spouse, the thing will pain you. You don't forget saying that you carry your hand and go post them. If you're going to post your spouses, post them in a positive light. The negative light, it doesn't make sense. Please, like, we need to work on that. Stop it, I beg. Number 8, not everything is a joke. Yes, and you need to know the times to joke with your spouse. Like, let's say, for example, your spouse comes home and tells you, one of my colleagues in the office had an accident, and the first thing you say is, I'm just imagining how the guy is going to be walking. Like, people don't know the right time to joke. So when there is a touchy situation and he is discussing it to you, the last thing you want to do is to make a joke out of it. Just, be polite, show concern, and that, I feel, that's the right thing to do, marriage wise or not marriage wise. Like, the last thing you want to do is to make jokes with serious situations. One thing women need to stop joking about is stop being mean to his colleagues. Apart from staying with you all the time, the other people that your spouse stays all the time with is his colleagues. The last thing you want to do is to be mean to them. Those people have like a shareholder to some level, like they have some sort of say. Not that they have a say completely per se, but you see those little chipping in of talks that will be done. I would advise that you should be on the right side, on the good side of your husband's colleagues. Like, that's a very important one. Number 10, don't judge people that are divorced. You see, we make the mistake of assuming because your own marriage is working, you assume that people that are divorced didn't put in the work. Most times, that's not the case. You see, the most people that are divorced, if God put you through what they had to deal with, you're likely not going to survive it. So sometimes marriages happen and it feels some people are just not compatible and it just does not work out. So the last thing you want to do as a person is judge people that are divorced because you feel like your own has worked and they didn't put in the work. Most people actually put in every strength that they have in their marriage. It just didn't work. So the last thing you want to do is going about carrying your shoulder with shoulder pads and thinking that you're the best thing after jollof rice. Life does not work that way. Number 11, say a prayer for me and my spouse. Say a prayer for every married couple out there, and put your own advice as a number 11. Thank you so much for listening to my shenanigans, and bye. See you next year.
Hi, good morning. I'm officially divorced, 32 and starting over, and here are some of the things that I've learned. A man will show you in many ways if he wants you, and if he doesn't show you that he wants you, leave. The first time. Okay, maybe the second time, but pay close attention to the tiny things in the beginning of the relationship that kind of like rub you a little bit. You're like, wait, I didn't like that. Pay attention to those things because those are the things that are going to compound over time, and it will eventually lead to a breakup and or a divorce because they're not going to change. They're not going to change. They very seldom do. And last but absolutely not least, if he tells you that he is not the man for you, believe him. Believe him the first time. Because he knows who he is, and he knows who he's showing to you, and he knows he ain't shit. He knows. So believe him. He knows that he's pretending. He knows he's playing games, and he knows. Find yourself another man. This one can go.
Okay, so I've been married for 5 years, and here's 5 pieces of advice that I wish I gave my younger self preparing to be married today. Number 1, keep folks out your business. Oh, this needs to be number 1. Y'all need to get this to your head. Keep people out y'all business. I know in our younger ages, when we had boyfriends and girlfriends, we were just like, oh my God, I need to call you, I need to tell you about what my man did or what my girl did. The moment you tell them, they no longer will like that person. I don't care if they pretend to like them secretly, they don't like your partner anymore. So the moment you tell them something negative, it will stick with them for the rest of their life. You'll be over it. You're on to the next You guys are back in La La Land and Happy Land, and now you got this person that also has this information that you wish you never shared in the first place. Keep your mouth shut, focus on your marriage, keep everything between you and your marriage. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a friend to share certain things with, but I would keep it very minimal. Number 2, stop trying to make the person you are with be like you. You guys are 2 separate people. You are not the same. You guys did not grow up the same. You guys probably had different morals, different parenting, different lifestyles. Stop trying to make the person that you met somebody else than who they were. There's nothing wrong with getting better and being the best version of yourself, but when it comes to changing an entire person's trait, unfortunately, that's who you married, that's who you gotta stick with. Because the moment you try to change them, if your partner does change, they will end up resenting you for it, and that'll probably end to divorce. Number 3, no one is perfect. I have to be very careful what I say here because no one is perfect. If your partner and you truly love each other, you guys have great communication skills, you truly love each other to the core, and your partner makes a mistake, and you know they are truly sorry for that mistake, it is okay to forgive. Let go. This is not when we were younger and we had boyfriend and girlfriends, and as soon as they fucked up one time, we were like, all right, we're done, out the door. When you are married, you have to work through the stuff that you don't like just as much as the stuff you do like. And I mean, it will humble you. It will humble you. There are things that you probably did not accept that now you kind of have to work around. I'm not saying to continue to accept those. I'm telling you that no one is perfect, and it's okay for people to make mistakes as long as they are doing the work to better themselves. Okay, my next one is make sure you have a life outside of your partner. This is something I truly have to work on because I feel like once you are married and you start to live with them and you move away from your friends, you move away from your family, sometimes you look to your partner to be all of those things. Like my husband is just that person where everyone wants to be around him. He has the energy where as soon as he comes, the party starts. And like I told him one day, I was like, I'm sorry that you have to carry that weight of being that person for everyone. And it's hard. Like I'm the person where I used to be the fun one. I used to do those things. So now I put myself in a position where I'm like, all right, what did I learn then that I can do better now? And that is do things that I like to do outside of my partner. Things that are my hobbies, social media, art, vision, fashion, going out to eat, hanging out with girlfriends, going on a trip. Keep those things in alignment because the moment you stop doing those things, you're just gonna feel like empty, and that's not what you want to do in a marriage. Okay, so my next one is basically not going to sleep angry, but I want to kind of add to that. So it's okay to go to bed and y'all upset with each other, whatever, like y'all get over it. The next day, end it. Y'all can still deal with it whenever you need to deal with it, but once you've dealt with that, don't bring it up anymore. Let it go. Like if you guys have a disagreement, fix a disagreement and move on. Or if someone says something that you don't like, make sure they apologize. One thing about me and my man, if we get upset with each other, we walk away from each other and I'll send a text. 'Cause I'm not big on verbally communicating sometimes because my emotions get the best of me. Honey, I will go for the jugular every time. And so will he, He will let me know. So what we do is we like to take a break from each other, step away, go into another room, okay? And I will communicate how I feel in text, and he will have time to process it, understand it, and we move on. And we don't dwell on it the next day.
Have you been empathizing or idolizing? After being married for 10 years, I'm here to tell you to empathize over idolize. When you empathize with your spouse, you're showing them that you have the ability to feel what it is that they feel or that they are going through, even though you have never been through it or never experienced it. Empathizing with your spouse builds and deepens your connection. When you idolize your spouse, you put them on a pedestal, and it's kind of unrealistic. As human beings, we are flawed. No one is perfect. Your partner will make mistakes. Once it is revealed to you that your partner is no longer this perfect person, it causes your relationship to take a turn. When you idolize your spouse, you don't give them space or room to make mistakes.
I wish I had a life That was one thing a woman told me yesterday. She said, Achawa, I have been married for 30 years, and one thing I wish I had was a life. She said, I revolved my whole life around being a mother and a wife that I forgot that I am also a human being. I forgot that I'm someone's daughter. This woman had so much to say. And you know, as your favorite sister who is a degree, not just a degree, but a master's degree holder, let me share with you. She said that one thing she would have done if she had to go back in time was to marry a man who was financially stable. She said a man who is not financially stable does not know what he wants. He's always angry, he's always frustrated, and he would pour his frustration on you. Another thing that she said is that a man can be a good father but not a good husband. The fact that the man tells you that, oh, I love kids, let's have kids, does not mean that when you have kids, he would still be a good husband to you. She also said that irrespective of how rich your husband is, do something for yourself, because sometimes family issues will arise. Sometimes your husband will be tired and fed up of you, so that anytime he decides not to be a father anymore or does not want to be a husband anymore, you can hold the fort. She said, go out with your friends. Any man that tells you that stay away from your friends because your friends are bad friends, it's because he wants to manipulate you. So said that when you have the opportunity to travel. Don't say, oh, because of my husband, I won't go, I won't do this. No. Because right now, she said that all her kids are grown and she didn't make any friends. She said so much. I don't know if I should still share with you. I'm just here. And she said, do not be your husband's mother. Don't ask him, have you done this? No, he's the man. Another thing she said was, choose a man you know you can respect, because men value respect over love. She also says that a man who is comfortable taking money from you every time is not your man. A man who loves you would always give to you. She also said a man who cannot be there for you when you need him is not a man for you. She also said that a man who does not respect his mother will never respect you. Listen, this woman said so much. I don't know whether she still continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, women sharing their fears about their marriage. They've been married, they've been in marriage for several years. You've seen others even 9 years, 30 years, 10 years, 20 years. Now they're actually sharing their views on what they've learned in their marriage, and they're giving advice to their fellow women. First of all, if you are a married woman, you are in marriage, accept that person the way he or she is. Because when you are dating, you actually knew this person the way he or she is. Another thing is that the moment you accept his or her downfalls, you're gonna live well. Secondly is that avoid people in your affairs. You are married, it's you and that person. The moment you and your partner, actually maybe there's a disagreement, there's something that is not working out for you, and then you start involving, for example, your relatives, you start involving other people, that is the end of your marriage. Because the moment these people hear about your downfall, they're gonna go out and talk bad about your marriage, about your affair. You'll find that in most marriages, in most circumstances, the moment you start involving relatives in your marriage, that is the end of it. Because some of these relatives, they're not there for good. They're not coming there for good. They're not coming into your home for good. You're going to invite this person into your house, into your family, with a good-hearted person. But the moment this person just goes out, it's another case, it's another story. So just try to avoid as much as possible people into your marriage life. Avoid people involving other people into your marriage, into your relationship, the moment you are a married woman. Another thing, thirdly, is that try as much as possible to solve issues. Anything that maybe you and your partner, maybe there was a disagreement, try as much as possible to solve that issue before you go to bed. before you call it a day. Sit down with your partner and solve the issue. Don't even ever keep on repeating, or don't ever talk about the same issue again. You're just done with that. You are done with the issue. The moment you sit down, you've resolved that issue. That is the end of it. So these are the married women who are giving out their fellow women, they're advising their fellow women on what they've experienced. They're sharing what they've experienced while still in marriage. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts, let me know your views regarding this in the comment section, and bye for now.